What's going on, everybody? Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding everybody well. In today's video, we are going to be teaming up with the homie Alex over at LX Fragrance. I really do hope y'all enjoy today's video. For those of y'all that are new here, this is how it's going to work. Here in a second, I'm going to hand it on over to Alex. He's going to run you through some of his favorite cologne fragrances right now. He'll kick it off back to me, and then I'm going to be doing the same. In totality, this will be a top 10 list of cologne fragrances, which should undoubtedly be on your radar. Every single one of these smell amazing. In the spirit of keeping y'all's attention, though, I will go ahead and hand it on over to Alex now. I really do hope to see y'all back over here in a few.
Hi everyone, welcome to iSMELL's channel. Today I'm doing a collaboration with him, so let's go to it. The first one is Oud of Glory by Lattafa. Now this one has very close similarities to Oud for Greatness for Amnesia. It has a beautiful, oh my goodness gracious, this is nice. I'm telling you, this is a very nice fragrance. You should be looking forward to this one for next year's winter, or this one. Well, it's still winter, so let's go to it. Let's get this one for winter. All right. Now, the second one I want to do is this one right here, and it's called Poseidon's Cali Life. So this one is Cali's Dreams by Louis Vuitton. So this one has a beautiful citrus wood note. It smells adorable. It has the same similarities as Louis Vuitton's Cali Dreams. So don't forget to get this one right here in Duos Fragrances. Now the next one is one of my favorite ones, and it's called Cologne from Lattafa. So this one, supposedly there's similarities with Angel Share by Killian. Now this one has a beautiful boozy note. It's very beautiful. I think you guys should buy this one for 2023. You'll gladly enjoy this one. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, the other one I want to reach out to is Sensual Obsessions. This is the Tom Ford version of Ombre Leather. It doesn't smell the same, but it has similarities to it. And let me tell you, it does. Woo! Now this one has a nice clean toke to it. I really do love this one. I enjoy this one very much. So this one, if you ever want to go to Sensual Sessions, please grab this one from Tom Ford, Ombre Leather inspired fragrance. This one is a keeper. So the last one I want to share is one of my favorites, and it's from Zara. And Zara makes great perfumes, but I think this one smells identical as Invictus Victory, and it's called Lasting Desire by Zara. This one, absolutely adorable. I love this fragrance very much. I wear it around the house, I wear it on the office, and it smells identical, almost in there with Invictus Victory. So yeah, those are my 10 fragrances that are clones, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video. Mike, thank you very much for this collaboration. I do appreciate you, and much love to your subscribers. Much love to everyone out there, and spray on and have a fantastic day. Goodbye for now.
Thank you, Alex, for providing some of your favorite cologne fragrances with us. Coming into this, I knew you would nail it. You absolutely did. In fact, I had no doubts whatsoever because, in all honesty, you make great content. For those of y'all that are not already subbed to Alex over at LX Fragrance, when this video wraps up, go ahead and swing on over there, show him some love, subscribe to his channel. Alex is good people, and good people deserve support. But I'm not going to keep y'all here too long. I'm going to jump right into my portion of the list. And seeing as this is my video, not only am I going to include 5 fragrances, I am also going to include 1 honorable mention. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. The honorable mention today is one that I have featured on my channel on numerous occasions. So for some of y'all, this may come to no surprise. The honorable mention does come from a car manufacturer. This one is called Bentley Silver Lake. All right, so for right around $50 to $60, you are going to be getting a fragrance that bears some strong similarities to the now discontinued fragrance from Acqua di Gio called Acqua di Gio Essenza. Mind you, this one's only going to get you about 80 to 85% there, and it is less herbaceous versus Essenza, but the overall vibe is present, and that is without a doubt. And because Essenza is now discontinued and hard to find, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars, where again, as this one is only going to cost you around $50 or $60. It does have that Acqua di Gio vibe, but it's more so Acqua di Gio Essenza versus the OG, which is kind of interesting because there are no aquatic notes actually listed in this fragrance. The main notes you are going to pick up on is lemon, mint, amberwoods, violet, pink pepper. There is quite a bit of pink pepper in this one. Again, it's not as herbaceous as Essenza, but the overall vibe is there, and for $50 or $60, you can't go wrong. This is the ultimate dumb reach, and the only reason it's at the honorable mention spot is because for a good majority of us frag heads, this type of scent profile is going to be played out. You can get it in a multitude of different fragrances, but personally, I love this fragrance. I love reaching for it whenever it gets hot out here in Texas. I've already knocked a decent dent into it. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but yeah, it is a fingerprint magnet. I will say that, but an excellent fragrance nonetheless. At the honorable mention spot from Bentley, we have Bentley Silver Lake. Okay, so the first official fragrance on my portion of the list is going to appeal to those of y'all that kind of like that old school fougere vibe, something that when you wear it, it makes you feel put together. I would say this one falls perfectly into that category. Fragrance number 1 comes from Lalique. The name of this one is Lalique Pour Homme EDP. As you can tell, this is another one that I have knocked a pretty decent sized dent into, and for right around $30 to $40, more so in that 30 range, you are going to be getting a fragrance that bears some very strong similarities to Bois de Portugal from Creed. Mind you, it's not a 1-to-1, and the Creed version is going to be more rich. It smells better in general. It's just a better composed fragrance, but this one here is going to get you about 90% there. Great atomizer, by the way. I absolutely love this fragrance, and I do kind of like fougères in general. Some of the older stuff really does appeal to me, so this one is perfect. It's basically Bois de Portugal on a budget. As is the case with many fougères, it's going to have citruses, lavender, as well as some sort of oak moss. That tends to be the general accord, but the main notes I pick up on, and there are going to be a ton of them, is going to include citruses, rosemary, lavender, oak moss, cedar, as well as sandalwood. Now, do take note that this is the EDP. There is also an EDT, and they are very similar. The EDT is gonna have more sharp citruses, where this one is gonna get kind of creamy and warm towards the dry down. It has sandalwood, cedar, as well as even touches of iris, so it does get a bit powdery. Overall, when you smell it, it's gonna open up with tons of citruses. It's gonna have bitter herbs in the form of rosemary. You're gonna have aromatic sweet lavender, touches of powdery iris, as well as some dusty cedar and that warm, creamy sandalwood. All in all, it's an excellent fragrance, you guys. It's a fragrance that's similar to Terre de Hermes. It's not gonna be a love for everybody, but for other people, they're absolutely gonna swear by it. It's a fragrance that makes me feel put together every single time I wear it, and it deserved to be on this list. I haven't featured it yet on my channel, and I was ready and absolutely eager to show y'all this one finally. It is a fragrance that I do intend to do a full review of eventually. Again, for $30 to $40, you can't go wrong. At the number 1 spot from Lalique, we have Lalique Pour Homme EDP. All right, so the second fragrance we're gonna be talking about today is one that's not just an excellent cologne fragrance, it's an excellent fragrance in general. Assuming you love leather, this one's gonna be right up your alley. Fragrance number 2 comes from the Middle Eastern house of Rasasi. The name of this fragrance is La Yuka Wam. Oh, there we go. excellent presentation, might I add. For right around the $80 to $100 price point, you are going to be getting a fragrance which is almost indistinguishable from Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Again, $80 to $100 might be a lot to some of y'all, but again, this one is so close. Again, it's almost indistinguishable. In terms of the scent profile, the main notes I pick up on is going to include leather, raspberry, saffron, olibanum, woody notes, as well as amber. In terms of how this one smells, it's a leather balm, but the sweetness from the raspberry really rounds things out. Yeah, it does. It really does round things out. But in the dry down, you are going to be getting animalic, almost dirty, dusty undertones in the dry down. For some of y'all, it is going to come across as a bit challenging. This is a niche style scent profile in general. So for some of y'all, it is going to be a hard fragrance to wear and pull off. But if you dress it up in the cold, it cuts through the cold like butter. If you're looking to level up your fragrance wardrobe, this is definitely a fragrance that should be on your radar. It's an excellent fragrance in general, not just an excellent cologne, you guys. It's a fragrance I definitely recommend. At the number 2 spot from Rasasi, we have La Yucca Wam. Okay, so the third fragrance we're gonna be talking about today is one that I bought right when it came out, and since then, I wanna say about 9 months at this point, it has caught a wave of hype, and for good reason. It's an excellent cologne. Fragrance number 3 comes from the Middle Eastern house of Afnan. The name of this fragrance is Tarathi Blue. All right, so for right around the $50 or $60 price point, I do believe 50 is more the sweet spot, though, you are going to be getting a fragrance that bears many similarities to a $300 fragrance from Bulgari called Tiger. Again, that's gonna be a fraction of the price of what you're paying for Tiger. For those of y'all that love blue fragrances, this one's gonna be right up your alley because it is through and through a blue fragrance. There isn't going to be a ton of notes in this fragrance, but what I pick up on to my nose, the main notes are going to be citruses, spices, woody notes, patchouli, musk, as well as amber. In terms of how this one smells, it's going to open up again with a ton of citruses. This is a fragrance that is centered around the citrus accord. It comes across as juicy. If you love Bleu de Chanel or if you love Missoni Pour Homme, you are definitely going to love this fragrance. From the citruses, you're going to get a ton of spices. The spices remain for a good majority of the fragrance all the way into the dry down, and then you're going to have this strong musk. The musk remains. This is a fragrance with an excellent sillage, you guys. It's a fragrance that's going to be mass appealing. I personally love to reach for this one in the summer. It's the type of fragrance that has enough kick that it's going to punch through the heat. There is also no ambroxan listed in the note breakdown, but I would be extremely surprised if this one did not have any ambroxan. It smells like an ambroxan bomb, in all honesty. So if you are sensitive to that, just do take that into consideration. But for the majority of people, this is going to be a fragrance that you will love and enjoy, get compliments, and be able to reach for in a wide array of occasions. Definitely a fragrance that is worthy of the hype, one that should be on your radar. At the number 3 spot from Afnan, we have Tarathi Blue. All right, so in terms of this fourth fragrance, it's not just a great cologne, it's literally one of my favorite fragrances in general. There was a ton of hype surrounding this fragrance. It has kind of died off, but there is still a lot of appeal in towards this fragrance because it hits well beyond its price point. It's kind of a good thing that some of the hype has died down because it is more accessible now. Fragrance number 4 comes from Rojas. The name of this one is Rojas Mustache EDP. Again, similar to every single fragrance that I have shown y'all, this is a fragrance that I actually wear that I have knocked a dent into. I'm not recommending fragrances and cologne fragrances that I don't wear. These all smell terrific. This one here, I love it because it does a good job of being complex, elegant, as well as masculine at the same time. You can dress it up and dress it down. For those of y'all that are not aware already, this one right here is a direct reinterpretation of the extremely popular fragrance from Yves Saint Laurent called Tuxedo, mind you, at a fraction of the price. This one right here is only gonna cost you around $40 to $50 depending on your vendor, whereas Tuxedo is gonna cost you around $300. The notable notes on Rojas Mustache EDP is going to include benzoin, vanilla, pink pepper, orange, rose, as well as cedar. In terms of how this one smells, it smells amazing. It's a warm, and slightly sweet and slightly spicy fragrance with vanillic, boozy, and rosy nuances in the dry down. It's blended extremely well, long lasting, cuts through the cold pretty good. I have worn it during the winter. It's a great office fragrance, to be honest, and it's one that's going to get you compliments. I have gotten a compliment recently. I was just at the grocery store and got a compliment wearing it not even 2 weeks ago. But I mean, that's besides the point. I really don't care about compliments. At the end of the day, you just want something that smells good, something that makes you feel good, and something that is gonna appeal to you and kind of complement your personality. And that's what this fragrance does for me. It's an excellent fragrance. The hype is real surrounding this one. If you don't already have it, I mean, the bottle is excellent as well as the scent profile. It's definitely a fragrance worth checking out, assuming you like those vanilla, boozy, kind of rosy nuances, and it does have some pepper in it as well, so it kind of spices things up as well. Definitely a fragrance that should be on your radar. One of my favorite clones in general. At the number 4 spot from Rojas, we have Rojas Mustache EDP. All right, you guys, so last but not least, and if you are still watching, big salute. I really do appreciate you. This one is quite possibly the most hideous bottle in my entire collection. Having said all that, it remains to be one of the more one-to-one clones that I currently own. Fragrance number 5 comes from the Middle Eastern clone house of Al Haramain. The name of this fragrance is Detour Noir. All right, so anybody that got a good look at this bottle, you already know. I don't have to explain myself. I mean, the lettering is peeling off. The bottle itself feels awkward to hold. The cap feels like trashy plastic that's lightweight, and the atomizer isn't anything to write home about. But again, this one right here is literally the epitome of it's the juice that matters. For those of y'all that are still unaware, this one right here is going to be a dead ringer one-to-one clone with the extremely popular niche fragrance from Parfums de Marly called Layton, mind you, at a fraction of the cost. Again, this one is at the peak of its popularity right now, so the prices are kind of inflated. I would say somewhere around $50 to $70 is what you're gonna pay for this fragrance. I would not personally pay $70. I think $60 is that sweet spot. If you can find it for $50, extremely lucky. Go ahead and scoop it up. Even at $70 though, you're still paying less than half of what you're gonna pay for Layton. In terms of what you smell in this fragrance, the scent profile, it is pretty much going to mirror Layton, and by that I mean you get apples, vanilla, cardamom, pepper, lavender, as well as sandalwood. In terms of how this one smells, it's a semi-sweet, fruity, fresh fragrance with a mentholy vibe. That mentholy vibe will begin to dissipate as the fragrance moves into the heart, and at the heart you're going to be getting a spiced apple accord that is very reminiscent to like baked apples or something, and that is the appeal of this fragrance. That's what so many people rant and rave about. It smells excellent in all honesty, and then in the dry down it is going to kind of have a musky undertone to it. All the while it has that sweetness and the spices never fully go away. It's a beautiful fragrance and it's great for fall and winter in all honesty, and the price isn't that bad once you consider what you're actually getting. It's definitely a fragrance that is worthy of the hype, and it is and remains to be one of the better Layton clones currently on the market, especially at the price point. Definitely a fragrance worth checking out in my opinion. Last but not least, at the number 5 spot from Al Haramain, we have Detour Noir. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. Those are 10 clone fragrances that collectively should be on your radar for 2023. I want to send a big shout out to Alex over at LX Fragrance. Thank you, brother. I really do appreciate you doing this collab. If you're not already subbed to Alex, LX Fragrance, go ahead and head on over there and sub to his channel. Listen, this is what I want to do for those of y'all that did watch until the end of the video. I want to send a free decant of any of the 5 fragrances that I talked about to you free of charge. All you got to do is 2 things. Make sure you're subscribed, obviously, and then leave a comment below. Let me know which fragrance you would like me to send. I will send it to you free of charge. Just live in the United States. Shipping is a grip. I say that in every single one of my videos. If you enjoy fragrance related content, if you found value in this video specifically, I am going to encourage you to subscribe. It's a gentlemanly agreement. Here's the exchange. I provide you free content. If you've watched 2 or more of my videos, you subscribe to the channel. I do believe that is a gentlemanly agreement. I do think that is fair to ask. I really do love and appreciate all the support. I can't sit here and say I have a ton of content coming down the pipe, but what I can promise you is that every single time I upload, you are going to be getting honest, authentic, and unbiased opinions. In the year 2023, that has to count for something. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care. Stay safe. I'll see y'all around. Good luck on the giveaway. All right. Bye.